Welcome back, Sports Tonight on Channels Television. We're broadcasting live from Lagos, Nigeria, and it's the most wonderful time of the year. We're celebrating Christmas, so don't forget to send love and light to someone close to you. Touch a life positively, and that's what we're going to do now. So take a look at para-sports developments in Nigeria. Over the weekend, I got emotional. I was touched. I saw athletes, some without arms, some without legs, most of them confined to wheelchairs, yet unstoppable, telling me, us, you and I, that impossible is nothing. That's Ahmed Koleosho wearing green right there. He won the men's Class 3 event at the Para Table Tennis Open in Lagos. He did it against his competitor, Adisa. Ahmed Koleosho has qualified for the Tokyo 2020 Paralympics. He told me the beautiful story of how sports turned his life around and still doing the same thing. Ahmed Koleosho is the head of ICT at the General Hospital in Ikorodu. Let me inspire you tonight. I don't know what you're going through, but don't give up. Look at these guys and be inspired. Ahmed Koleosho has been to the Paralympics in Rio 2016. He has won medals for this country. He's still winning medals. And he says he's got a beautiful life. He's on a wheelchair. And he doesn't say any, and he doesn't think less of himself. He's happy. Is motivational. I speak to these guys whenever I see them, and they give me reasons to go on. So what's your excuse? Tell me how to know what you're going through. What is your excuse? Look at them on wheelchair, playing table tennis. Sports has transformed their lives. I love it so much. It wasn't even about the competition. I said I was going to the stadium to get inspired, and I was. I love the story. And these guys, every time they have an opportunity to represent the country, they give it 100%. They go out there and they win. Beautiful story. So that's it right there. Ahmed Koleosho winning the Class 3 events at the maiden edition of the Para Table Tennis Open. He loves it, and he's been speaking on ways Nigeria can be competitive at the Tokyo 2020 Paralympics. Let's listen to him on the show tonight.
Well, this is not my first time of playing him, although I noticed that he has improved a lot better than before, even though it was before the best in my class. So what I just did was basically going through all his past games. So I had to study his weaknesses. So that was basically what I just played. I played against his weaknesses. This is the very first maiden event of Para Table Tennis Championship in Africa, which is equivalent to Pro Tour that the able-bodied plays. So, and the African Table Tennis Federation president has come to inspect all our facilities, and he has approved it to be an annual event. So this is actually a major step in developing para-table tennis, and I just hope that more sponsors will come in so that it will encourage more athletes from outside Nigeria, that including Africa, Europe, and other continents, to come and participate. So with more participation from more experienced countries, our athletes will tend to see new skills, and even the coaches will start to see so many things that they can really impact in our players. So this actually is the major beginning of everything. I would recommend that the federation helps us by sending us to many preparatory competitions ahead of Tokyo 2020 is still by August, and there are so many competitions lined up before August, close to about 15 to 20. So I think if we can still go to about 4 to 5 of those competitions, it will help us to prepare ahead, to learn some of the weaknesses and strengths of our opponents that we're going to meet in the games. So basically what we just need is federation helping us to go to competitions, and we should get into camp earlier, camp for the games, so that we'll get to learn so many things without any form of distraction from anywhere. So those are the things I think we need.
That's it. That's what it is. Support, more support, and all the support that they can get. Put them out there. Let them go for competitions. Let them compete with those other guys, because he believes they are talented. So as we talk about, that's another thing we need to do to the Ministry of Youth and Sports. Let's remind them, as we adopt an athlete, yes, they adopted some powerlifting athletes right there at the program in Lagos. But Kole Osho made a valid point. So let's see ways that we can support para athletes more. Yes, because he says, if we get a camp on time, if we go to different competitions, if we travel and play these guys, so if Kole Osho plays that guy from China about 6 times before the Tokyo 2020 Olympics, if they are meeting in Tokyo for the 7th time, there's no way he wouldn't have gathered enough experience to do something. That's what he's trying to say. Support and more support. Let me tell you about a guy, I think orange or red, Tajuddin Agumbiade. He's been to about 2 Olympics, Paralympics, a gold medalist. Talented athlete. Him and his team, they won the team event, and he went on to win the Class 9 event also. Is a fantastic talent. And Agumbiade has also been involved in discovering new talents and also coaching young talents. Yes, I remember he has taken the under 13, under 15 team to different competitions. But at this para table tennis open, he needed to tell the Lagos fans that, look, I still got it in me. I have what it takes to win medals for Nigeria. And he has also qualified for the Tokyo Paralympics. Look at that right there. He was schooling everybody. I was the toast of the competition. And he says this, he's been saying the same thing, that we need more support to get better. So let's listen to Tajuddin Agumbiade.
That's come to stay. We should thank the Nigerian Table Tennis Federation, Sunday Odebode Foundation. We should thank them immensely. They made it happen. They made it reality that we can get to play with international players here in Nigeria. Yeah, we do have the quality players. We lack the sponsorship.
That's that brief. So first, is super excited that we could have this sort of competition. It's the maiden edition. The ATTF, that's the Africa Table Tennis Federation, they came, they liked it. 2 days before the competition started, an ITTF classifier came to the country to classify, because they don't have the same challenges in terms of their conditions. So the classifier classified them into their different events so that this person will not, ride over the other person, be almost the same condition. They said, look, this country is too blessed that we've got so much talent. About 175 para-table tennis players from 8 different countries in Africa came out to tell us a beautiful story that there is ability in disability. And he said it right there. So we have the quality. It is sponsorship. It is support. If you have an opportunity to support something, it should be this, para sport. It should be somebody that is saying, look, despite my condition, I'm not going to give up. I can do something. They come out, they train. They put in all the efforts that they can give, particularly when they're representing Nigeria. That's the team event right there. Agumbiade and his teammate going against the guy from Algeria and the guy from South Africa, Tio Kajio. And they won. They entertained the Lagos fans. We loved what we saw. So, look, they're not just saying support us. They're saying we've got the quality. If you support us, we are going to make you proud. And that's what we want for not just para table tennis, para sports in Nigeria. So let's listen to some of the officials, the sponsors saying, look, kudos to everyone involved in this para table tennis. And what gladdens my heart is that the sponsor said, look, we like this and we want to do more. So let's take those reactions and then we'll come back, we'll talk some more.
And they are very, very excited that they have not only the opportunity of playing against very senior players in Nigeria, but also playing against players from other countries. The effect of that is that if they have opportunity now to go outside Nigeria to play, they will not be as green as they would have been if they hadn't had this opportunity. The sponsors have done greatly for these athletes, and I just pray, as they have promised, that this is going to be an annual event, so that these players can get exposed and represent Nigeria well at international table tennis levels, so that they can win medals for Nigeria.
I've been in para sport for long. So my vision is to have a sanctioned competition, which we have started now. We have test run. And the ATTF have endorsed it. And it's in the program of the ITTF now. As you all know, we have our Paralympians. 4 of them has qualified for Tokyo 20. And we are still looking ahead to qualify more. And this competition gives them more edge to play with their counterpart from other countries.
I think this is the first time they're actually having a para international tournament actually in Africa. And Lagos is actually the first city to host such a big event. But for us to improve for para, I think we need to have a proper facility, maybe a permanent venue, and maybe we have regular training camps with Nigeria and some other African countries to uplift the standard of African table tennis.
For me, it's para sports. I mean, it's para sports. These are people that have been actually technically disadvantaged. By virtue of their plight, you know. So it's important for us to support whatever they are doing in whatever way we can. So, now it's just table tennis. 3 weeks ago, it was power lifting in Abeokuta, in Ijebu, you know. So anything para speaks to me, you know, because I feel that we should do all we can, you know, to support those people, because it's they are already disadvantaged, so we must support them. Kaivu just got a scoop now from the Federation President that ITTF had said they'll put this tournament in their calendar from the coming years, and that is awesome, you know. So I'm very sure that come next year, years to come, we should be here doing this.
So that's it. I love the fact that it's touched to do more. I also love the fact that I say it's not just about table tennis, it's para sports. But sending out love tonight, yes, because it's Christmas. Let it remind us of the essence that is to touch a life out there positively. And that's why I love what went down at the Para Table Tennis Open. As Coach Sunday Odebode's foundation led this, and he said, look, the dream is to engage more para table tennis players. 4 para table tennis players have already qualified for the Tokyo 2020 Paralympics. You see? You see why we need to support them. Aside Tajudeen Agumbiade and Ahmed Koleosho, 2 others have qualified, and more will still qualify. ATTF said, we love this. We're going to put in our calendar. You see, we just need to start and keep it going. So I'm glad that everybody is pleased with this. We should do this for para table tennis. One of the sponsors mentioned that last week it was powerlifting, beautiful. Let's do it also for para athletics. Let's do it for para boxing. Now let me tell you about wheelchair basketball. That's also a para in his own right. You see athletes on the wheelchair. Over the weekend in Lagos, we concluded the 2nd edition of the Wheelchair Basketball Championship. It was good to see. These athletes, they just motivate me in every way that they can. So right there at the National Institute for Sports, the Indoor Sports Hall, I saw these beautiful souls playing basketball. I was like, wow, what is going on here? Talent everywhere. This is the 2nd semi-final match between Oluyole Warriors and Bose Kafo basketball, wheelchair basketball club. They were playing for the finals. But we always say that with special sports, it's not about winning. It's about the beautiful story. Just look at them on the wheelchair, and they're so talented, and they know what they want to do with the ball. Look at him, so resourceful, and it's in the basket. And the joy of this is they mixed it, so you've got some female players there also. I met Stacy. She told me a very touching story. She was going to a friend's wedding and was knocked down by a car, and they had to amputate her leg. And so she was so down. And she's like, what can she do with life? And she said to herself, when I had legs, I was trying to play basketball. Now that I don't have legs anymore, let me try and see if I can still play basketball. And she's doing it with wheelchair basketball. What a story. I love it. You see, they can still play basketball. Sports has transformed their lives. That's what we're saying. So have you ever been doubting the power of sports to transform lives? This is your testament. This should clear your doubts. I've just shown you para table tennis. I'm showing you wheelchair basketball. Look at that right there. The discipline, they listen to their coaches, they come out to train. Some of them are also believing that they can qualify for the Tokyo 2020 Paralympics. But they need to be in South Africa next year for the qualifiers. And funding has been an issue. Ministry of Youth and Sports, well-meaning Nigerians, can we help them to make sure that their dreams come true? Let's listen to O'Brien Adoke. He's the technical director of the Nigeria Wheelchair Basketball Federation. He says, look, we've got the talent. We're glad we're doing this, but funding has been the problem. Let's listen to him.
It's been really challenging when there are, paucity of funds. In fact, it takes the grace of God to get to where we are today. We are still hoping that, our sponsors, our friends, will come to our aid. That's where we are right now. Oh, it's so important for us, you see, for me, bringing it from the scratch to this, where it is today. It's a lot of joy, and I know that for the players, as much as they take part in this, they are very, very, motivated to be part of this. And a lot of them have gone out of this country just for playing wheelchair basketball. And it becomes a motivating factor for all of them. And as they play, they express themselves, and eventually they get to their goal. The goal is for people in disability sport, especially wheelchair basketball, to take over wheelchair basketball in the long run. And if we get to that objective, then it is kudos for us.
So they've got a plan. Says it's for them to take over wheelchair basketball and to let you know that persons with disability can still do something useful with their lives. But it says funding has been a major challenge. I don't know, but how can we help those guys to make sure that they make it to the qualifiers and then dream of competing at the Tokyo 2020 Paralympics? You saw them. Aren't they talented? And they're telling us a motivational story. So somebody might be feeling so down. I don't know what has happened to you, but draw some strength, some inspiration from these para-athletes, telling us that impossible is nothing, that when you're down, you're not out. Don't give up, don't quit. Believe in yourself, pick yourself back up, do something, look inwards, you discover a talent. That's what Stacy told me. She said she was crying in the living room one day, and she said, look, I was trying to play basketball when I could walk. Now I can't. Why can't I still play basketball? Today, she's a professional wheelchair basketball player. You listen to the technical director, said some of them, they've used this to go out of the country. They play professional wheelchair basketball for professional clubs in Europe. Some of them feed their families with wheelchair basketball. They're not out there on the streets begging. And we are all gifted. We're all talented. Just look inwards and you can do something useful. Be motivated tonight. We're sharing love out there. It's that time of the year when you should look at somebody and inspire them and touch their lives positively. And that's what we're trying to do, letting you see, feel the power of sports. Let's get on with the show now. Talk about the 2019 CAF Awards. The nominees have been unveiled, and Odioni Alode make the final shortlist for the men's award. And everybody has been talking about it. So let's also talk about that one. I've also opened a thread on our social media platform. I'm telling you guys that 2019, we'll soon say goodbye to it. And so from 2010 till the end of 2019, it will be a decade. What got you talking? Someone says Nigeria winning the AFCON in 2013. I think that's a good way to remember this decade also. Sports Tonight on Channels Television. Let's go on this break. When we come back, I'll tell you the nominees for the 2019 CAF Awards, and of course, I'll also take your messages. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, Sports Tonight on Channels Television. We're broadcasting live from our sports center in Lagos, Nigeria. Let me tell you about the 2019 CAF Awards nominees, and let's begin with the Player of the Year for the men. The top three: Mohamed Salah of Egypt and Liverpool, Riyad Mahrez Algeria and Manchester City and Sadio Mane of Senegal and Liverpool. Nigerian football fans are saying, where is Odion Ighalo? He was highest goal scorer at the last AFCON. And the Super Eagles got a bronze medal. That's why is Odion Ighalo not there? That if you're judging African football, why are you using club performance? Aha. You see the problem with awards. But someone will say, is it because the Nigerian is not there? Is that why Nigerian football fans are saying this? But it's their opinion. But CAF have released the final shortlist for the men's player of the year. They are Mohamed Salah, Riyad Mahrez, and Sadio Mane of Senegal and Liverpool. Player of the year for the women, Ajara Inchut of Cameroon and Valerenga, Asisat Oshoala, Nigeria, and Barcelona, and Tembi Katlana of South Africa and Beijing Phoenix. I don't know if everybody's saying, Asisat will definitely win this one. It's going to be Asisat. It's going to be Asisat. But that's the final shortlist. So at least we've got a Nigerian in the final shortlist for the women. Interclubs Player of the Year, Anis Badri of Tunisia and Esperance, Tarek Ahmed of Egypt and Zamalek, and Youssef Belaili of Algeria and Esperance. Youth Player of the Year, Ashraf Hakimi of Morocco and Borussia Dortmund, Samuel Chukwueze of Nigeria and Villarreal, and Victor Osimhen of Nigeria and Lille of France. So this one, I'm sure Nigerian football fans will say it will go to one of the Nigerians on the list. Coach of the Year, Aliou Cisse of Senegal, Jamel Belmadi of Algeria, won the AFCON, so most likely he will be getting that one. Amoine Chabani of Esperance, that's for the Coach of the Year for men. Coach of the Year for the women, Alain Jumfa of Cameroon, Desiree Ellis of South Africa, Thomas Denaby, at the time, Nigeria. Somebody coach of the Super Falcons, just trying to have some fun tonight. So that's a short list for the Coach of the Year for women. National Team of the Year for men, Algeria, Madagascar, Senegal. No Nigeria? That's not what everybody's talking about. Nigeria not on the list again? Nigerian football fans don't understand what's going on. But it's all good. Don't cry so much, Nigerian football fans. Let's see the National Team of the Year for women. Cameroon, Nigeria in the list for the women. You see the women making us so proud. When the men are missing, it's the women we turn to, and they always stand up for us. So shout out to the women's national team, and final list there is South Africa. So there you have it. The 2019 CAF Awards, we're counting down to it. Let's see what will happen in that one. So there you have it, the nominees for the 2019 CAF Awards. Let's listen to Odion Ighalo and Victor Osimhen. Cecilia Omorogbe was at the Asisat Oshoala All-Stars event today in Lagos. She caught up with them, and they've been giving their reactions to the CAF Awards nominations. Let's listen to them.
I feel great to be nominated. I feel so overwhelmed. It shows that hard work is really paying off. I'm up against a very two good, talented players. One is really my best friend in camp. I'm really happy. Also, he's there. But I think whichever any of us win it, I think we deserve it. We had a good 2019, and I'm really looking forward to win it also. But even if I don't, I wish whosoever win it well.
First, I'm very grateful to God for my name to be among the 10 best players in Africa. That alone is a privilege, you know, because 2-3 years ago, if somebody said I'm going to be among the 10 best players, I would doubt it, you know. So I'm happy that my name was there in the first place. So, but unfortunately, it's not on the last 3. So I wish those that are there all the best of luck.
So professional, Odion, so grateful, saying, look, I'm in the top 10. Talk about top 10 players in Africa. You mentioned my name. So, hey, no problem. It's okay. It's okay. I'm fine. So professional. Victor Osimhen made the shortlist for the Youth Player of the Year. Says, I'm glad that I'm there. If I win it, fine. If I don't win it, it's all good. I love it so much. Nigerian players letting us understand the spirit of sportsmanship right there. But the football fans are asking questions. Say, look, CAF, we don't know what you're doing. Odioni Alo should have been in that list. So good. Let's get on with the show. Talk about the Nigeria National League now. That's one they have described as the most important league in the country. Bendel Insurance, a traditional team, and of course, stationary stores over the weekend they slugged it out with each other, and it was Bendel Insurance that won by 2-0. And each time we talk about Bendel Insurance, they have one significant player in the deputy governor of the state. That's him right there. Philip Shaibu is a registered player of the team, and he plays for the team whenever they are playing in Benin. Sometimes he travels with the team, but coach might just look and say, this is an away match, you will not be able to play. He's 50, and that's him right there, going into the match, and he dazzled for his team at 50. Okay. So good. So, and also one of those guys like, oh, so if deputy governor does not do the right pass, would they be able to shout at him? About his sports, I'm sure they will be able to say, governor, you should have made that pass. And he's not the captain of the team. So when captain gives an instruction, he listens. Discipline, that's what we have in sports. It is on that note that I'll wrap up sports tonight on Channels Television. Remember, the reason for the season is all about love. It's all about touching the life out there positively. For the team, I'm Austin Okonakwa, and in everything you do, remember, let's keep talking sports. Bye for now.